It was the first time I heard of circle of friends. And the way it was explained to me was that we all have a circle of friends where our family is the inner circle, and then the outer circle is our good friends, and then outside of that would be acquaintances, and outside of that would be our doctors and dentists and professionals. But people with intellectual disabilities, they had their families, and then they skipped two or three circles and back out, way out to professionals. And so I thought, oh, yes, I see that happening already with Jonathan. So I really wanted to do something to avoid that in Jonathan's life, and something that would foster his ability to make friends and keep friends in the long term. And that's where the idea of hiring people. But it did pay off, because now he does have a lot of friends, and don't have to pay anybody anymore.
Well, I think, though, one of the things that I was thinking about on my way up coming here was it has to be real. And so in the beginning, maybe it was artificial, but the relationships that you allowed him to have were real relationships. And I think sometimes we over-rely on the programming piece, the circle of friends piece. And what it does is it creates support, and it helps, and especially at the teenage adolescent period, it does help. I don't, but if it stops there, then it really stops.
Yes.
And I think you recognized, and I think when we have our children, parents will say, I always want my little child to stay a little child. I want them to be a child forever. And when you have a child with developmental disabilities, the potential is there for that to happen. And you and your husband and your children allowed Jonathan to grow, even though he might not have always been completely ready to make that move, but you're always thinking about the next step forward. And I think a lot of the parents, it becomes, well, that might be dangerous to stay in a hotel room with a bunch of boys all by yourself. Or it might be dangerous to go sledding in the toboggan, or in some cases, one of the students I had, we used to roll him down the hill with down the Malibu Hill on his wheelchair, and I just go, and then I run after him. It might be dangerous.
Yeah.
But we all do things that are dangerous, right? And so it's in those moments that things become real. And so I think that's one of the things that I would say that it's hard to duplicate, because a lot of it belongs to parents.